everybody? This is episode 22 of Talking Crazy with a man, A plus Souls of Mischief Hieroglyphics. My name is Tamal. It's like Jamal, but with a T. And this is our monthly show on mental health. We try to make it happen each month through our busy schedules. Usually it's the third Mondays, third Monday of every month. We do it when we can. Make sure try to stay consistent. Um, yeah, it's our monthly show on mental health. It's trendy to talk about this stuff now in a good way, and we don't think it's discussed enough. So, um, just a candid discussion with two friends. You know what I'm saying? So, why don't you tell everybody what the show is not?
What the show is not is we're not doctors. We're not professional psychiatrists or psychologists. We're not trying to tell anybody um, what they need to be doing. We're not giving any kind of medical advice. We're not claiming to be the authority on any of these subjects that we're talking about. We're just two brothers chopping it up based off of our own experiences and our own wealth of knowledge through experience. Um, we're under the idea that we're both here to share, we're both here to learn, as well as share our own thoughts and experiences. And like my brother always says, take what you can, leave the rest. Take what you will, leave the rest.
Yeah,
And yeah, man, we're just here to chop it up and hopefully share something that moves somebody positively, and that often happens for me. I always gain something positive from these builds and these sessions, man. And it's each one teach one, and trying to pass it along and take some myself.
yeah, no, it's that's real, and yeah, to take what you want, leave the rest is real. It's because if you get something cool, if not, just leave it here, But hopefully, something in the hour will be said that will be helpful or whatever. Um, and I think it's important to note too that you know, just for the sake of like what's the word, credibility, I guess, if you will, if we're sharing from our experiences, but if we are like we try to, if we are taking something from like a book or something that we read, we'll try to at least share that resource too, and at least share where it came from, or what it's something that came from something or whatever. And this is a pretty structured conversation, so we're checking the comments, but it's not a this one is not about music. And I want to say this too: IG is bugging for everybody right now, and which is why there's two people in here. Salute, you got an intimate show, so more people maybe come, but. It doesn't. Nicki Minaj actually posted something on her page, like she's bugging, like her engagement's like super low. It's like wild, yo. And so,
Yeah, yeah. I saw this one person. It's an activist, and it's somebody who I covered. I watched your page a lot. I'm not really going to share it here, but they're used to having thousands and thousands of views, and this is on their posts, not even on their live. Um, and I've been like flipping through the, and it's some controversial stuff just because it's not cool to say to speak on certain things
yeah, of
in
course,
in the in the world nowadays. And so this person that usually has thousands and thousands and thousands of views and a very big audience, well in a few hundred thousand people are, their views on their reels are like 230 people, 250 people. And I'm saying this is coming from somebody who had thousands of
right,
views and even tens of thousands of views, and they're saying the same things that they always say.
right,
More, more talking about it's always something about whatever's going on that's current,
yeah, yeah,
but it's the same MO, the same stance, the same side of politics, whatever, and they're being completely shadow banned, man. So
yeah,
it's
yeah.
happening. It's happening all over the place.
Yeah, it's
If you
real.
t
I mean, the lives and stuff too, or like, I mean, I was on Drez from Black Sheep, his live, it three people in, that doesn't. I mean, I'm consistently in his lives, and there's usually like at least 35 people, like just
Yeah.
three, like for like 40, 20 minutes. Anyway,
Yeah,
so I,
they're throttling a lot too, and even with the count too. Like a lot of times there's more people in there than the count says, and that's weird. Why they would even do that? Like, yeah,
yeah,
it's wild.
yeah.
But you
So
were you were saying,
I'm saying all that to say like, um, unfortunately, the technology is what it is. We at least we can do the show, but like people won't be able to come in as or come in as much because they're not even seeing that we're live. It's crazy. But which is why I want to talk to you later about looking at another platform. But anyway, let's get it going. We always save these to our YouTube channel, so that's where these aren't just lost in the ether. So um, So brought up. We wanted to talk about controlling the false ego and exercising humility. And I selected this topic or brought thought of it because like it's something that's very it's very important to me. I put a disclaimer in here, and this is where I'll share. Like this is something I've studied for years, and like it's a long story. But in a prior life, I was kind of lived as like a monk for a little bit, and I took workshops on this and learned from teachers on this, and I actually ended up lecturing on this. And I'm not saying I'm an expert by any means, but it's a really important topic to me. Like just like because one leads to the other, and like or doesn't lead to the other rather, and they're both just really important. So that's kind of where I wanted to go with it. I mean, you happily agreed, so I'm glad. Um, and so we'll jump right into it. At least I'll kind of just start it off as where I wanted to go. So from my standpoint, we're going to get into humility, but I wanted to get into the false ego because, or the ego, because that's, in my opinion, what kind of part of what determines whether we have humility or not. You know what I'm saying? Um, and so, and these are just some of the things that I've learned along the way from just from a couple of my teachers was that like that ego is like it's crazy in the sense that because it creates this sense of like I'm the doer. I'm causing this to happen. I'm making it work. I'm making it right. Even the term self-made, which is kind of crazy to me. Like, you know what I mean? Hearing that term, like, we're like, let's talk about that. But so, like,
Self-made.
yeah, I don't see that, bro. Like, so, like, I'm, right? Like, so, and then, so then that kind of perpetuates a well, what's in it for me type of vibe, and and as I put here in one of the notes, kind of like we start to believe our own press clippings, like your A plus souls of mischief, Hyro, like you're on this mountain and like untouchable, and you don't have or I'm whatever, like so that's kind of where I wanted to start off and maybe just get your take on some of that.
Yeah, it's a very interesting topic and a very a topic that's very close to my heart and spirit as well. I believe, the having the false ego or this inflated, distorted sense of self is the root to many of the problems that we have on earth with each other. It certainly is the root of, I try to be harmonious with people, man, and it takes effort to do so, but it's a two-way street. And most of the times when I'm not able to do that, it's because with somebody who's not being harmonious, it's usually due to their overinflated ego or overinflated sense of self, which usually is basically hiding some low self-esteem and lack of self-belief, and it's just coming out as that. So and in the hip hop world, I mean, the hip hop world is overrun with big old babies, cry baby ass motherfuckers that are showing themselves through this huge big ego with all of this machismo and toughness, but they really be on some bitch ass shit all the time in real life. I've seen yeah, I've been in this business for well over 3 decades, and it's true. I think a lot of MCs, their fantasy of strength comes out in their raps, and they're not really like that in real life. It's just they that's cool, and that's cool. Hip hop is about, like, braggadocio and showing all of that. But a lot of people get it confused to where they think that they're really like that and they're really not. And so I say that to say that's why it's such a big topic for me, because when you're in the hip hop world, ego is something that you deal with a lot without going too deep into it.
Yeah, no, I'm glad you went there. I wasn't even really thinking on that level, but you're right, and you brought up like I mean, well, since you went there, fuck it. I mean, like some of the biggest fucking crybabies are rap dudes. I've talked about this like in my like I mean like and like biggest cats fronting like and this thing I got here about believing your press clippings, man. Like they say, don't meet your heroes. Like that is
That's
true.
that's a real thing.
That's
That's a real
real.
that man, on God, that's a real thing. And somebody told me that, and then it was proven true to me immediately as soon as I entered the the industry. You know, I
Yeah,
was immediately got disappointed by some people I looked up to. I was like, but then I was also very young, and I realized that, like, you know, we got all of these pictures of what entertainment and entertainers are
yeah,
based off of how we view them, when really they're just people, just like the people we meet any other day. It's just that the entertainment aspect is a facade that they put up for us all to see. But when it comes down to it, there's just as many assholes in the industry as there are people walking down the street. You know, when you go to the grocery store and there's mad assholes there, just like walking into a room full of rappers. You know, there's gonna be some cool ones, gonna be some cool people. It doesn't matter how good they rap. That's not even what I'm talking about. I'm talking about, like, more of their character. It's going to be a lot of shitty character people because it's just a microcosm of real life,
right,
you
right.
know.
Yeah. And then hip hop, you know, specifically, it's hip hop. I mean, we've been in this for a while, you know, like, and as far as this, like, it being your life and stuff, and us just having been a part of this in some way for Ashton for a long time, I've found that, like, hip hop is based on fronting. It's based on, in a lot of ways, it's based on faking, like faking the funk.
Embellishing, fronting, or exaggeration. It's based off of that. Somewhere along the line, though, it got twisted into people, like, feeling like you got to be that embellishment in real life and start taking all those embellishment in self-aggrandizement qualities into their real character, and that, you know, that's some fake shit. Basically, now you are actually fake, you know. And somewhere along the line, people don't, it's just like the actors that don't hear the director say cut, and they just keep on being the actor in their real life, and like they wasn't doing a role. Like, entertainment is entertainment, but one thing about hip-hop is that it's that whole idea of, like, you gotta be all the stuff that you say and all of that. Like, when, you know, I guess some genres are have some of that to it, and there should be. You shouldn't just be a complete fraud or anything. But people forgot that this is entertainment, and it's like you're definitely embellishing. You're definitely putting two on the ten in your raps, and it's gonna be an issue when you start trying to pretend like that embellishment is your real life. Real people gonna be like, you not a real person. Like, a real person can spot when you being the rapper.
Right,
You know,
right.
like for me, my name is Adam. You know what I'm saying? My real name
Yeah, yeah,
in my real life. When I'm with my girlfriend and her family, I'm Adam. You know, when I'm with my son, I'm Adam. You know, I'm not walking around being A plus. Even when I hop off the stage, when I get out the studio, I'm Adam. Like, people be like, "Yo, you man cool." I'm like, "What do you think? I walk around barking at people saying I'm the best, and like, you know, like, I'm walking around like the worst version of myself on the song. You know what I'm saying? That's rapping. I'm supposed to be talking shit doing that. Like, I'm not walking around in my regular life mean mugging motherfuckers and talking shit. I'm Adam. And I'm on some cool shit. You know, and I don't have any. There's no, there's a clear distinction between my entertainment personality and when I'm just kicking it. Now, when I'm talking, and this is one thing about, music. Like, if I'm talking about some real shit on a song and it's not about the braggadocio and all that, then I share more of my personal character and personal beliefs on there. But I'm talking about regular rapidy rap shit in general. I'm not talking about when we start talking about deep stuff, which can happen in any genre of music when you get on a serious topic. I'm
yeah.
really just talking about the general birth of hip hop, bibbity bop. I'm the best, from the 70s and 80s, and how it was really formed. It wasn't People wasn't really like trying to share your deepest, your deepest psychological profile and shit,
Right, right.
and somebody in the chat says they keep getting kicked off the live.
Yep, yep. It's bugging, So I'm glad we ain't getting kicked off. But that's my man right there. He was
Yeah.
trying to fuck with it. It's wild. But so yeah, you know, get some other options. But yeah, it's bugging. But so yeah, I mean, we went down the hip hop road, which was cool because that's, false ego is prevalent there, and like, but it's, you can look at any area of life, right? Like work. I mean, people like competing at like jobs and stuff over stupid shit. And a wife be dealing with like goofy stuff at her place. And every job place has got some like weird, like, and again, it manifests in different ways. It can manifest in like someone uh, being a supervisor and like over someone and like treating them a certain way, because of then their false ego, right? So they're gonna, or somebody get in a position over somebody else and stuff like all of this stuff comes out because of like false ego, jealousy, envy, so much comes out. I should have got that job or whatever. Like you know, I'm the I'm the best or whatever. Why didn't I? Like, there's so many ways, you know what I mean, where that um comes out. I wanted to talk about before we kind of keep it moving a little bit, because this is something my teacher used to talk about a lot. He would say like false ego is like the biggest trap, the last snare for like, and he said in particular the spiritual leader. So it's me, which is pretty. He said you've seen so many, so we can stay there, but leader in general. But he said particular the spiritual leader because right, like you're starting to you're growing spiritually and you're becoming more advanced spiritually. And again, we start to believe some press clippings, and people are maybe treating you different with more respect and stuff, right? Like maybe you're like a leader of some community, then you start to think I am this or whatever, or some of these things, and then so many things can go wrong there, potential for abuse, stuff like that. So like as a leader, you could talk about that, but as a leader, like he would always emphasize that the false ego was like crazy trap, you know?
Yeah. I mean, again, like starting from the very beginning, when people have a false ego, and I like to characterize that as a overinflated ego, because the ego does serve a purpose in our
Right.
existence, right? Um, Usually it always stems from it's a projection of an insecurity. You
Yeah.
know, it always seems that way. I mean, to me, it always appears that way because people who are secure and whatever don't rock a certain way, and people who are mad insecure rock a certain way. And it usually comes out through that ego, that imagery, that imagery, those optics, like just treating like when you cool, you don't gotta treat somebody bad. If you're secure in your position, you don't gotta short somebody else out of theirs. I mean, it's just rinse and repeat with that concept. Whenever I see, and I didn't always look at it like this, I had to grow and learn. But for me, it's always spot on. Whenever I see a person acting a certain way, I'm like, with their ego all overinflated, I'm like, they're mad insecure. And I react as if I know that's the case. And I don't tell them like you're mad insecure, but I don't react the same way as somebody who doesn't understand that about somebody who acts that way. And usually they can notice that. You know what I'm saying? And I'm whatever age I'm at now, and it took me mad years to figure that out. But I just don't, when people have those egos like that, I just don't feed them, man. I'm just like, and I mean, there's situations like you talking about, like you talking about with your girl at the job site, or my girl at the job site. She got to deal with all kind of gatekeeping and egos, and if you do your job too good, and somebody else who's slacking at their job, they look at you as a threat type shit. And I deal with that in the hip hop world, like in my own environment. You know what I'm saying? You can't do too well, motherfuckers will feel a way about that. And it's just how things are in the world. You know what I'm saying? And it since I realized that, I notice it unfailingly. It's like whenever that's happening, that's somebody having a they problem, and they're bringing it to you. The fact is, when they bring the problem to you, it can't affect you. But the source of it is clearly all them, and they're dealing with some personal shit. How we deal with that is, it's a case by case basis with me. I deal with that. I deal with it 100% case by case basis, because it always rears its head in different ways depending on however the insecure person is feeling, and however they feel like projecting that onto me or you or whoever. And so, as long as I'm aware of the overall nature of it, and this goes into a lot of the things that we talked about on the show before. It's like I can't let somebody else's problem be my problem if they're trying to make it mine. And once I realize that, it's up to me how I manage that. but I don't have to accept it. I can manage it how I need to. There at a point in time, it would just make me upset, and I'd just be like, why are you acting like this? And for insecure people with huge egos, they kind of like that kind of reaction. Is from what I've discovered. They kind of get a kick off of that. It's some weirdo shit, really. It's some real lame shit. But now I just I don't take it in. I'm like, you could play trampoline with that. You could play solitaire with that shit. I'm good.
Share how do you share how, and I mean how you like actually not how you actually don't take it in, like because that's an actual action, like in a conscious decision.
Well, I guess it's different moment by moment, but the main way is n- being aware of the reaction that they're looking for and not giving it to them. And that could be a million different things depending on the person, depending on their level of insecurity, depending on the circumstances at hand. I just don't give them what they want and don't come down to their level with it. I maintain and it goes back to boundaries too. And it really is, there's a level of unbotheredness once you realize what is actually happening. So a lot of times the reaction will just be automatic. Like if you're not tripping because that's some lame shit and that's just what a lame person is doing, you're naturally gonna be like, "Oh, that's some lame shit." You're not gonna give them that reaction. So it's very spontaneous. It's on the spot, but it all stems from, first of all, being centered in self, having your own sense of self, not being able to get rattled by somebody else's lack of self-esteem or own personal insecurity, and it just becomes second nature after a while. It's just like I'm not dealing with that. You can it's like watching somebody just spin in a circle. If you ain't gonna play with them, they just gonna spin. Let them spin, you know. And then when they ready to talk regular and respectful, you'll be there.
Yeah,
That's how I deal with it.
yeah, no, I hear you. I mean, and that's the last thing you said is basically kind of, I won't say what I was looking for, but or I was picking at. I mean, I physically remove myself from the situation. Like I don't have time for it no more, yo. Like I'm getting old quickly, and like I don't have. I always say this: there is nobody in my life right now that I don't want to be there. There's nobody in my life that's causing me drama, stress, and pain, or anything like that. And those people that are, it's remote, even if it goes remotely there, they get moved to like a certain other category. Like, and it's like,
Yeah.
all right, after I see it's repeated, like, okay, I gotta go over here. And I've done that with some really close family members. But there's nobody in my life that I don't want to be there. Like everybody in my life is people I love to fucking death. Like in terms of circle wise. I mean, some things I can't control as far as work, but even then I limit my interaction with those people. Like, you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? I make sure that I limit my. It's like I leave, yo. I don't entertain that shit no more, man. Like you said, like I pick up on it. I'm thinking I'm pretty good, perceptive at checking things out, scoping things out. I'm like, you want to try to you want some funny business? I don't. We done. We don't argue. I may be a hothead, but I don't argue. I don't like to argue. That shit takes energy, makes me sick. So
Yeah. Me
I,
too.
I'm just like, yo, I'm out. I'm physically out. I'm out of your life. I'm out of your world. I'm out of you ain't gotta
Yeah.
fuck.
100%. I couldn't agree more. 100%. I guess I'm speaking more to those situations when when I have to deal with someone,
Mm,
because if it's up to my choosing, I'm in the same situation as you. I don't hang with nobody who nobody on a lower vibration on any of that. It's intolerable to me. I will, if I can choose not to be around you, if I don't have to be around you, I simply won't. And that's what I can control. But say I'm at a show. I got to deal with assholes all the time, and I just know how to deal with them. Or like if I'm out in the world at the grocery store, or at the bank, or police, or whatever the hell, like there's just a way. Those are the people that I have to deal with in those moments.
yeah. I
And
mean, no, I think
when it's my choice, though, I'm like, I don't have. Man, my life is peaceful, bro. I
yeah,
do not deal with anybody who's on any bullshit. Just the same as you just said, I simply have zero tolerance for it. And if somebody gets on that shit and I don't have to be there, I'll leave.
yeah.
Just
Yeah.
like you said. I mean, basically, I said exactly what you just said. If I'll remove myself. I don't argue at all with anybody. The days of me arguing are over. Sometimes people be thinking they in an argument and they just arguing themselves. I'll be like, I'm not arguing at all. I don't care
Yeah.
that much.
Yeah.
Like
Right.
it's crazy actually, but I don't have it in me. Like the it gives me like anxiety even having them kind of emotions like it like even being around them emotions if we can't speak I'm not speaking
Yeah. Yeah. No.
and I'll be here when we could be civilized I'm
Yeah.
not and there are times when like I'm not perfect like I have to like step away and usah like if I'm like on the verge of an argument I'll have to step away and usah and remind myself that I don't do this
No. Of course.
and I'm not about to. And yeah, I don't like the way my body feels. I don't like the way that I don't like the level of angst that comes with those hyper as feelings of barking and shit. I'm not good with that. And there are people who that's just the way they communicate, and that's cool. And everybody has a right to be however they want to be, and I'm not shitting on that. I'm just saying I have a right to what I'll tolerate and what I won't, and
Yeah.
as everyone does. And I simply will not deal with that at all. I just won't. I won't entertain it. I'll stop. I'll shut up and leave. you know
Right. Right.
it's
So,
just not good. It's not good for your blood pressure. It's not good for your
none of
heart.
that
It's
shit.
not good for your spirit. It's not good for your psyche. It's not good for anything, bro. Like I've never ever seen anything get solved with negative energy. I've only seen it get worse. I've seen the solutions come after the negative energy stopped and the cooler heads prevail and the people who are open-minded, willing to talk, started talking. I've literally never seen any peace come from egotistical barking.
No.
I've never seen it. Not once. I'm 51. Not once. I've never seen it.
No.
So,
It does.
I'm not
Yeah.
what they say insanity is expecting doing the
No,
same things over and over again, expecting different results.
yeah.
Bro, I think you went like glitching if you had my age doing shit that don't work and somehow you think it's cool. You either ignorant as fuck, willfully ignorant, stupid, or glitching. And then caught in a little loop, like where you can't get out
Yeah.
your own feedback loop. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. No,
Like,
I understand.
but
Definitely
yeah,
understand.
anywhere it goes, like I'm not cool. I'm cool. I'm like I'm not rocking with it.
No, but you made a good point about as far as the day-to-day situations. I mean, it's really about like just kind of got to read between the lines a little bit and just, people, sometimes the shit comes out of nowhere, the false ego, like somebody's wild shit or something, it could be some quick shit where like a mall cop, my man says something like, it's like a police officer who was a bitch growing up, got bullied, and becomes a cop, and all of a sudden he's tough. Like, like there's people that are in positions of authority that like maybe didn't earn it or something like that, and then they got to show that they belong, right? So then,
Mhm.
like this is, nepo babies and stuff. It's just a lot of weird shit that comes out of that false ego, and so yeah, being able to deal with you know deal with it as it comes up from other people is critical. Like
Yeah, I
it's
mean,
critical.
yeah, navigating humanity, bro. It's like can't just sit in a cave by yourself for your whole life. You got self mastery is one thing when it's just you, but true self mastery is being that way in the midst of other people's chaos,
Yeah,
the natural chaos of the world.
yeah, yeah,
Um, and yeah, that's true self mastery, and
yeah.
it's a lifelong mission, man.
Yo, that reminds me of something like you know taking like yoga retreats and stuff in the past and silent meditations and meditating in the woods and stuff. And I've heard it said somewhere like anybody can be spiritual in the woods and meditating by a waterfall. Like, but the true test is like, like my barometer is like, do I bug out during traffic? Like, or like people cut me off, or like, I mean, like, do I like curse or like, there's been times where I've been in traffic because some wild shit happened or whatever, or like somebody, and I'm just like, all right, yo, whatever, yo. You know what I'm saying? They must got to get there faster than me. But then there's other times I'm like, what the fuck? Like, ah. So that's like
Bruh.
my barometer of like, like I and that'll be there have been times I've come home from a yoga retreat, son, and like I was away for 3 days on a fucking mountain, and I'm coming home and I'm getting into some shit. Like my energy, like with some like the Aggie already. Like so that's the thing, man. Is it's
It,
the day-to-day shit is where like is where we
yeah, bro. That's one of my main places is me in the car where I gotta check myself. I'm like, you fucking goof, speed up, the blood clot. Like, and I have to. I constantly am checking myself every car ride because there's always somebody doing something that I consider real stupid behind the wheel, like whatever it may be, holding me up, being reckless, stopped at the green, whatever. All of this stuff gets on my nerves, and I'm still like, I still am not perfect. I'm still responding. My main thing is calling people fucking goof. That's my main thing. Fucking goof. Like, and then I gotta check myself, like, bruh, chill.
yeah,
Like,
but
and my theory is, the more I keep checking myself, one day I'm gonna be naturally calm in all of those moments. And as long as I'm recognizing it, I'm getting better. But this is what keeps me humble about the whole thing. I got mad work to do. I can't sit up here like I'm the king of the mountain, on some high horse, telling everybody they need to chill all the time. When
yeah.
I still am like get mad at people are horrible drivers,
Oh
bro.
man, said
Most like 90% of the people on the road should not have been given a license, bro. And they going out here killing people
nah.
every day. And so it really gets on my nerves. But again, I look at this as one of the things that I need to just want to like somebody in my face being an asshole don't bother me as much as somebody driving bad, because I've been working mad hard on dealing with assholes, so I'm better at that. And it's just the car thing is like still, it's like still I'm still a sweet tooth. I still got a problem eating sugar. I still got a problem calling people fucking goose when they drive bad. There's always some work to do. You know.
Yeah, I mean, well, at least it's. I mean, I gotta like graduate to calling people goofs instead of what I actually call them. So like, I'm a couple of levels. So I gotta, different. But
I believe in you, brother. You can make it.
nah, I
You can
mean,
make it.
it's but
It,
the
it wasn't
environment.
always it wasn't always goofs. You
Yeah,
know what I'm saying? And my
yeah,
my sister is mad worse too with the yeah. It's baby steps, man. Baby
yeah. You
steps.
gotta at least. But here's the thing, yo. Some GI Joe shit, man. Knowing is half the battle, right? Like, I'd rather. At least I'm aware of my shit, man. You know what I'm saying? Some people it goes back always go back to self awareness and stuff like, yo, like I'm trying. I got mad work to, and it's it's a marathon, not a sprint, yo, and we're never gonna. There's no goal. I mean, it's just like improvement day by day, man. Like just if I can be a little bit better today than I was yesterday, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Uh,
that's it.
that's a successful day. That's a successful if you're trying every day and getting a little bit of traction every day. I mean, that beats a year of not even being mindful of it and looking back and ain't made no progress in a year. Them little bits every single day mean a whole lot in after a year's time of just trying. I started doing that like mad years ago, being like, well, my dad used to say this thing about like he had this metaphor for uh for just doing right. And he was like you putting white balls down a pipe and they come out on the other end and it's white balls and when you mess up you do it. Oh no, he was like you putting black balls there and when you mess up you put a white ball in there, but after a while you them little mess ups it's like you're just mostly just most of them are not going to be that bad. I can't say it as good as he said it clearly, but it's the metaphor I use. It's like you could be start off being right 1 out of 10 times, and then somewhere down the line you write 5 out of 10 times, and then somewhere down the line you write 9 out of 10 times. That's progress, and those little setbacks, they're not defeat. Basically,
Yeah,
is the point. They're like adversity is how we grow, And once we master one thing, there's certainly another thing to master. So there's no room for anybody to get on a high horse, really. There's always something to be better at, and there's always somebody better than you at something that you are not that you think you're hella good at. And even if you're better at mad people at a bunch of other things, there's always somebody better than you at something that you ain't that good at. So that should be enough humility to just chill and let people be people and to work on yourself and to celebrate everybody else wins like you want your own celebrated. And that all comes from being like having humility and being a humble person and not like that overinflated self-worth. Like it's one thing to have self-confidence and self-esteem and care about yourself. That's mandatory. But that when it gets to the point to where like I'm better than, you really don't believe that shit. People who say that don't believe that. People who believe it don't talk like that. You know what I'm saying? Like people like again, except in hip hop, you know what I'm saying? Like in real life, bro, like all the super rich people I know, like that are really rich, they don't walk around being like I'm rich. You know what I'm saying? All the super attractive people that I know, they don't be walking around like I look better than everybody. You know what I'm saying? It's like that's not how the world works, bro. So when people are on that shit, you could be like, okay, you're insecure. We all need some help somewhere. We all need to do some work on something. You know?
Right, right. And you talk about you wrote got that here. Insecurity masters arrogance, right? False
Yeah,
confidence, and so
yeah,
then you extra with it. You know what I mean? That's I see that coming out like crazy. Like, you know, there's my wife got so many fun stories from her job. You know, there's like people. There's people at her job. This is one lady at her job that will like try to do sign up to do everything that she can't like extra tasks, extra all types of extra work, just plan parties and shit, like everything,
mhm.
and then be stressed the fuck out about it. For one, be stressed out about it because she can't get her normal work done because she's doing all this extra shit, and then two, be mad that she didn't get the accolades or praise for taking on the extra shit. Like it leads you to do some fucked up shit, you know, like. You know what I'm saying? So you kept saying that a lot, actually, the insecurity. Um,
Yeah, man.
and then
Yeah.
going so the insecurity leads to her mental distress, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then
Yeah.
you got here that the resistance to feedback. That's huge.
Yeah, that's a huge thing. Like people who are what does it say? Resistance to feedback. You might ignore constructive criticism that could help you grow. Like if you like, yeah, you literally can't grow if you
I see
can't
that.
hear if you cannot take feedback, bro.
See that
And
happening right now.
if feedback is like a personal slight and somehow you feel offended by feedback and like and if in yourself you can't make that distinction that like I am taking feedback personal, I shouldn't do that, then you're not you can't grow from that point. It's literally impossible. Like it actually takes a level of self-awareness to have that issue and recognize it, to be like, oh, I have an issue with whenever somebody tries to give me feedback, I take it personal and I take it as a personal attack, and it probably isn't. I need to work on that. That alone, those coordinates in themselves require a certain level of self-awareness, which means that you've done some level of introspection and self-examination. And we live in a world where like you don't people don't really do that a lot. There's not a it's always somebody else's fault. It's somebody else that like I'm cool exactly how I am. I know everything. There's no way I could learn more about this shit. There's actually this quote that I was tripping off of the other day. It's a quote that we live in a world where people don't just enough about a subject or topic to think they're right and not enough about a subject or topic to know that they're wrong. And
Oh,
I was
wow,
like, yeah, yeah, I know a lot of people like that, bro.
wow.
Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Like
every
just
issue that
enough.
comes up, you know what I mean? Every issue that comes up now, I mean, people as an expert on everything. I be reading people in the comments about certain things like, like, like scientific stuff. I'm like, all y'all are scientists?
Man,
Like,
people be becoming experts from a clip of posting their feed this morning.
what
You
you
know
say?
what I'm saying?
What you
Like
say?
people will become an expert. Are the AirPods not good? Should I
No,
take
I
them
heard
off?
you. No, I mean, I heard you. I just missed it.
I was like,
And,
people become an expert by something they saw in their feed this
oh yeah,
morning.
with
Like,
no support to it.
and yeah, and we'll just like speak that whatever they read and speak it as if it's a fact, like they're the authority on the shit. It's a trip, to dude. I have this thing about all of this whole new phase of book summary apps to where like, okay, don't read the book, you can just listen to these 15-minute summary and you ultimately know what the book was about. That's complete bullshit.
That's
it's uh, it's
Cliff
it
notes from back in the day.
Yeah, but it makes people believe, like, basically it gives the impression that people who go do listen to that 15 minutes will actually be able to speak on what that book is about in a forum where they're talking about that subject or that book. And I know books that are meant to be read from front to back. They'll say it at the beginning. This is meant to be read in its entirety, taking anything inside of the book, outside of the context of reading the whole thing, will give a skewed vision of what is trying to be said
Mm.
in the book. And I believe that most books are written like that. You
Yeah,
know, from the thousands of years of academia prior to the cliff note culture of today. But let it be, let someone else tell it. Man, what I saw in this clip this morning, I'm gonna repeat this everywhere around the world all day, like it's like I'm the authority on this, and like I know what I'm talking about because I saw it in my feed. It's ridiculous to me, and it's like everybody, like you said, everybody's an expert on everything. They ain't read nothing on nothing, and can't take no criticism, have a problem being corrected. So with all of these things that are like mad normalized and prevalent in modern society, especially the Western world, I don't know how anybody really expects to grow. And then the product of having a nation of people where this is the norm, you can just look outside and see, a bunch of bonkers ass shit. Where everybody think they know everything, but ain't nobody doing shit correctly. And everybody ego won't let themselves check themselves and be like, maybe I need to know more about this, or maybe I could do this better, or maybe this is causing me the issue. And even on the most basic level, like, just the fact that all the problems that we go through as individuals, we are the source of those problems, always. And that's just some spiritual wisdom shit. But I can't really explain. I don't got the time to explain that to people. But it's the truth. Like, whatever is going on that's a problem, only you can fix it. It's not no outside source. It's not the people. If it's always somebody else's problem, then don't deal with those people. It's never we don't never really be looking inward for the answer to the problems that we live as individuals, and that's where all the answers are, right? All the answers are inside. They're not somebody else's fault. We just live in a blamey ass world where nobody wants to take accountability, and people look at being held to accountability as being blamed, and that goes all the way back to
ego,
our topic, the ego.
ego,
Like,
ego.
if you're trying to hold somebody accountable, you're not blaming them. Blaming them is entirely something different. Blaming has a negative tone and doesn't have any solutions based behind it. Holding one accountable is like, bro, you were supposed to do this and you didn't. Like, it's not nobody, hey, talk about being a real man or a real human. Like, accountability is like a foreign concept in the modern world right now, in
Yeah.
modern society. It's like, it's offensive to hold somebody accountable for the shit that you're supposed to hold them accountable for. People have these weird, and I bring that all the way back to false egos, these huge egos, bro. You can't even hold somebody accountable because their ego is too big, because some insecure thing got them not able to listen to feedback. It's wild, bro. It's
Right.
wild.
So a
And
couple things.
things will stay the same with people who are like that. Things won't get better, you
No,
know.
that's facts, yo. It'll get worse. So a couple things. It's 8:45, which is crazy. I have like a hard stop at like 9:05 or so like that. But
Yeah, me too.
okay. So this once we got started, I was like, oh, this is a this is a 2 3 parter. So it's which
You
is fun.
said that.
So I just want to just put that out there. We'll continue because we haven't even gotten to humility yet. But like we're setting it up because this ego is driving the whole shit, right? And it's not obviously we've seen all the things that it's causing causing us to do, right? Causing to react. Like how many times you ever like told somebody like, just candid, straightforward in a nice, polite way that they, messed something up, whether they needed some sort of correction. I've done it as a supervisor, and they give you the 50 reasons of why, or how about, or why
Yes.
why it happened. Well, how about this? Sometimes, Joe, some people are so insecure. Unfortunately, if you just ask the question, "Hey, oh, did you get to did you get to, I'm just following up? Did you get to that item yet, or whatever?" Just checking in, or just ask, just not even that. Hey, did you have a chance? Laundry list of like excuses and like backpedaling and stuff. It's like, yo, I'm just asking if you got it done. Like,
Yeah, bro, I know exactly what you're talking about. 100%.
yeah,
I know exactly what you're talking about. It's
it's crazy.
crazy.
It's
It's
crazy.
crazy.
It's
And I'd be like, wow, that must suck. Like, and bro, like, I mean, dude, like, you have to eggshell around, like, asking people things that you should be able to ask them,
right,
and like, like
right.
being conscious of overly conscious of how somebody gonna feel about a regular dry neutral statement that just
Yo,
has to do with functional shit. That
absolutely.
shit is, but that's all like, and this is a I think we've said this before, like well, I know I've said it in my life. I'm pretty sure I said it on this show that it's ironic that the people with that huge egos are so fragile. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's ironic that the big super inflated ego people are mad fragile. You know what I'm saying? Like can't even say no regular shit to him without all the feathers getting ruffled.
You ever
It's
seen it?
it's mind-boggling to me how that could coexist in a person and them not understand that that's what's happening with them.
Well,
Like how can I have a huge ego and be so fragilely timid,
and
like
that's
with
the irony of it,
anything?
though. That's the irony of
It's
it. That's
That's
the
what I'm
fucking
saying.
part.
It's
Yeah,
like it's astonishing, and I don't want to. Maybe that's the wrong word. It's like baffling to me how that even is a thing. But it's a regular thing.
but
It,
that's the
it the,
trick, though. Like
yeah,
that's the lack of self awareness, though, bro. Like if we don't have that, here's the thing: there's self awareness. First of all, you gotta even desire to have self awareness, right? That's a hard thing to even say. Okay, I want to look at myself, and the bad, the good, the bad, the ugly, and I might not like what I see, and that's the problem, yo. Like we don't want to peel away the onion, right? And so,
yeah.
so but that's the thing.
Well,
It's like,
that is difficult, right? My thing is, if you're not willing to do that, you should. If you know how difficult that is for you to do, you shouldn't be saying shit to anybody else. You don't gotta do it. If you think it's too difficult for you to do, don't do it. Just shut the fuck up about anybody else.
yeah,
You
that's big.
fucking hypocrite.
that's,
Like that's it. Because
that's
it, it,
real.
it is difficult to look at yourself and not like what you see and be like, I gotta fix your shit. It
Yeah,
is difficult to do
yeah.
that shit. But
And
if you're
keep that
not willing to do it,
yeah,
if you're not willing to do that, that's on you. That's cool. Just shut your mouth about anybody else, bro. Shut
yeah,
the fuck up. You know
yeah.
what I
Keep
mean?
that and keep that negative, funky ass,
Yeah.
insecure energy over there. That complaint
And
energy.
that super I'm great. I'm the top of the world. I know how to do everything. Like I'm better than you and all of that. Keep all of that. Shut it all down. It's
Yeah,
all like shut it all down.
yo,
Because it actually is difficult to do introspection and to notice the things you don't like and to want to change them. It's not easy.
no,
And that's why people who do that are stronger people. And
no,
they don't have to have like overinflated egos to visually look different when they actually teddy like cuddly little fragile eggshells
yeah,
um under that shit, like just fronting. You know what I mean?
yeah.
Just keep it
Look,
a buck. And for real, I mean, life is so short,
mm,
right? Mortality is real. Like, if you ever seen anybody on their deathbed, bro, and I have, the regrets that people have when they're facing mortality would like really make you want to make the most of the time you
yeah,
have
yeah.
left. It really does. And that's why, like, every moment counts, bro. I don't. One of the worst, and this was mad years ago. And I love my grandma, right? But on her deathbed, and she had mad regrets. And I was there for her. We were all there for her. But one thing that stuck in my head is I'm not dying with the regrets like that. I'm gonna fix shit while I got time. I'm gonna do it.
Or at
I'm
least
gonna use the time. I'm do the time to make do whatever time, all the time I have to make sure I have less of that feeling as possible when
Yeah,
when I'm 80 something on my deathbed. You know what
or
I
at
mean?
least try. Like, I mean, here's the thing. I don't. I look at this as, and I just did a video on it the other day, just about the journey itself, bro. Like, I don't know if my business is going to become as successful as I want. I don't know if Carrying the Culture platform is going to monetize the way I want. But I know that the journey's been dope, and everything that I've done in the past 9 years on here has been dope and wonderful, and I've had a lot of wonderful opportunities. So I don't want to lose sight of that. So it's like my goal is to just I look at it like because I just want to say this: the regret for me is not I've changed my perspective on it. It's not finishing or is it's regret we're going to be failing. Oh, the business didn't take off. It'd be like I didn't try. Like I didn't even
Mm.
I got you know how many t-shirt companies I've started? Yeah, I got t-shirts from like but like it's like that's the thing in the end. It's like at least I wanna I'm going all out, guns blazing, clip is fucking empty, yo. Like and if I fall miserably if I fall short, then I fall short. Like in the end, I'm not even that's not the driving thing. I'm just talking here. Like for me, it's like my regret will always be if I don't try. Like I'd be like it's almost like in sports, like I mean, I hate it. I hate losing. But sometimes you play a team that just fucks you up, stomps you out. But maybe I could have dove for that extra ball, that loose ball here. This and that never happened. I mean, I always give 100% effort. But like if I felt like in my heart, yo, I could have done more a little bit. I could have done a little bit more. That's the regret I would have is just trying, yo, because you can't like motherfuckers. Most I tell people, yo, salute for even trying, yo. Most people don't even get off the fucking couch, bro.
Yeah, yeah, that's what I'm saying, bro. Like, man, like to me, life is about trying. Like, like because as soon as you do something and accomplish something or do something, it's you got to try something else. It's like I think it's the again that same cliche. It's not the destination; it's the journey.
Bro.
You know, and it's not like it's not what you did, but how you did it, and all of those cliches. It's like that. What's your character as opposed to your like level, like your list of achievements? What's your character though? Because there's mad people who've done mad shit who are douchebags. So when they're dead, what is the wealth of their life? Was it that they got mad awards even even though there was a complete asshole and treated people horribly? Or what about the person who treated everybody great and people might not know his name or her name, but they made more positive ripples in the world and made more positive had more positive effect on people throughout their time here? Which is more important? I guess that determines how people want to live their lives. To me, it's more important to be a cool person and to have left a positive trail behind you or a positive mark on people throughout all of my aspirations, whatever I tried to do, whether it was like s- trading options or being a hip hop or making beats or doing a show like this or like whatever it may be. Like it's not the thing. It's like how did I do it? What effect did it have on people?
Right.
And to me that's the wealth of life, wealth of spirit.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. Because it's like, yo, like, I look at like, yeah, you made a perfect point. So like, I want this. We have a show. We've had this show. This is episode 22. We're gonna wrap it up in a minute and continue with ego next month and jump into humility. But we've had a show, 22 episodes. I would like. I think it's a great show. We've gotten a lot of good feedback. I would like way more people to see it. I'm
Word.
frustrated. But if there's three people here, there should be way more. I'm frustrated, but like, bro, like these 22 episodes have like helped me grow as a person, as a man. We've become like even closer friends. Like we've learned a lot. We've started discussing other things and stuff as far as like like other areas of life and stuff like that. And people have been helped or said they've been getting giving us
Yeah.
positive feedback about the show. Like, we've gotten stuff out of the show. So like this show right here has been huge, and people kept contributing here. Like, so it's like if I lose sight of that and just say, oh damn, it's not it's not 500 people there. It's not on some picked up. We didn't get picked up by some big platform or whatever. I'll lose sight of like this. the doing. That's always said. Someone used to tell me like it's about the doing, the activity itself, like being conscious and in that moment, like yeah, this is some dope shit, or like being So that's what in the end,
A hundo, man.
yeah,
I believe I really live my life and believe that that's what's important. And that's not something I would thump on anybody else and be like, you got to believe this and you got to believe that. I live my life just exactly how you said. Like that's what's important to me. Like what I get from this show and what the people who have said who have talked to me about the show get. That's to me, that's I'm doing something great. To me, we're doing something great. Would we like more people to get on? Yeah, that's always the case. You know what I'm saying? Like, but does that make me want to do it any less? Nah, not at all. Not at all. Because I spent the time doing something that I feel was positive for my soul and for anybody else who may encounter it. I'll be leaving something positive with them if they want it.
yeah,
And to me, that's legacy to me. Like what kind of person, like somebody said something, I heard this before. At the end of your life, at the end of the day, life is all about basically how you treated people.
yep,
At the end of the day, what's important in life is how you treated people. And people can agree or disagree with that. That's not what I'm saying. I personally agree with that. And if that's how I live my life, believing that that's important, then stuff like this is of tantamount importance to me.
yeah,
And everybody has a right to believe whatever they want to believe, and that's what I believe. Like basically, what's your character? What's your integrity like? How did you treat people, bro? What was your spiritual intent? Well, what was your intent when you dealt with people? Like, how much did you work on the things that you didn't like about yourself that you thought wasn't cool? But how much did you do whatever you did, regardless of whether it was difficult because of outside influences? To me, that's a test of a healthy life. And I'm only living my life for me. You right? Like I'm. Everybody lives their own life, and that's what I'm living my life for. To make sure at the end of it, like I'll have a good jacket in those categories. People say I was a man of integrity. People say I treated them well. People said I had a positive influence on them. To me, that's important.
yeah,
So that's why this show, like large or small, this show is great to me, and I
yeah.
love doing it.
No,
You
that's
know.
real shit right there, man. I mean, because it's about I like I do like I did a post one time about um suicide. I said if I just put it out there, I said I don't know anybody. I said if you're thinking about doing something like that, I said hit me up. I said just hit me up. I said I'm nobody special. Just hit me up. I said I'm here. And it didn't it didn't do like numbers like oh fuck little so and so would right, and
Hmm.
they never do. But somebody later hit me up about 2 weeks later and was like, I saw your post. I'm having and I'm not really on that in that place yet, but I can see myself going down that road. And we talked it up, and I was,
Man,
and I was
didn't
crying
how?
for like hours, yo, like, like, and the post did like 230 views or something. You know what I'm saying? But that fucking view,
That's a life.
that's
That's an entire life. That's more than any amount of views. You know what I'm saying?
so
That life is more than a million views. It's more important than a million views.
so
So that's what I agree with you, brother. This is what I mean. Like I couldn't have said it any better. That's a great
yeah,
example. Like
yeah.
just to steer a life positively in that manner is man.
And like we said, what does it do? We said it in our last shit. It takes one of our last shows. It takes the focus off of us, right? In terms of all my problems. Oh, I got so much shit going on at work. My business ain't like I wasn't my only for the next few hours. I was only thinking about this person and checked in with him a little bit later and stuff. And that was like the bulk of my evening. You know what I'm saying? And like the shit. Whoever cut me off on the road on the way home, whoever pissed me off at work or whatever, I like, you know what I mean? That was gone. And you know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? So
To talk about perspective, man. Talk
yeah,
about putting something in perspective, bro. And man, bless your life, bro. Like you were there for that person, and that can't. There's no amount of like attention value that could stand up to how important that is.
yeah.
You
And
know?
that's what. So that type of thing, like helps me remember, like again, why we just why I want to help people, man. I may seem like a dick, but I really want to help people, and like it's important to me. To be able to try to just give learn some shit. I may not apply it, but I've learned some shit along the way. But I can
Hey, you
learn.
know what? You don't seem like a dick, bro. You just seem like you a person of your principles when it comes to this hip hop, bro.
I
Because I
appreciate
know
it.
I
Appreciate
I
it.
know you personally, and I know that you're a cool dude, bro. You know what
I,
I'm saying? And I think like, and this is something that comes up a lot. It's like, just goes into the whole issue of propaganda and socio engineering, right? It's like nowadays people couple their opinion with ideology, right? So if you have a differing opinion with somebody, it's like now we're battling. People have it in their mind that it's not just an opinion. Like we could all have a million opinions. We can agree to disagree. That used to be a thing, but now that we have a differing opinion, we on different sides now, and we're opposing ideologies, and now we're at war because we don't agree on this one thing. That shit is bullshit, bro. That shit is like propaganda. That's how you make people leadable. That's how you turn people into sheep when they start defending their opinions as if it's a complete and total ideology. Now there are certain things that are ideology clashes, right? That you gotta kind of stand on and can't fuck with certain people if they standing on the other area. But regular ass opinions, like this rapper is dope and this one ain't. Like now you a hater and you whack. I can't listen to none of this nigga say because we differ on this. That shit is ridiculous, bro. And if like when this is all over, people gonna look at how stupid they look. Like, you know what I'm saying? When life is over and you get to look at all the dumbass shit that you was beefing with people about, like bro, like that. See, that's what I like about your stand. People think, people like, to me, that's not dickhead shit. You just like, bro, I like what I like. If you don't like it, you can like what you like. What is the issue here? Like, and I think people can't deal with you being unbothered by that. It's the same way, but people can't like 50 do all kind of shit, and people always like talking about him online. He literally don't give a fuck. But
right.
there's a list of people on his page talking mad shit about how petty he is and how hurt his feelings must be about shit. And this one, you know what I'm saying? It's like that shit is weird, bro. People can't handle. It's an inner frailty when you can't handle not having a differing opinion from somebody, or
Ego,
especially on some small shit.
ego.
Like we not talking about like principle based things like murder is bad. No, it's good. You know what I'm saying? We're not talking about that kind of shit, bro. We talking about hip hop and songs and clothes and hats and cars and shit, bro. And people are like taking that opinion as if like if you got a differing one, then like people who listen to certain kind of music be like, oh, that nigga lame if you listen to some other music. That person is lame if they don't like the same music you like. It's just ridiculous, bro. And people I guess people who do that think it's empowering, but to people who really have self-power, that shit looks stupid
Yeah,
and dangerous. You know what I'm saying? And,
yeah.
and and ridiculous. But anyway, I
No,
digress.
it's crazy. No, I mean, I appreciate you. I mean, that's what it is, yo. I mean, I say what I want. Or, I mean, that's on my say what I mean on my page too. It's not like I'm just running through the internet, just carving people up. I'm on my
You
shit.
on your page.
My
But
shit.
people bruh, like that trips me out how people be looking for it. Like people will go to places they disagree to express their dissent. Like that's not the lamest shit in the world. Like you got the issue if you do that. To me, you're the one with the issue if you're going around to other places where you know you disagree, feeling like you need to express it.
Like you gotta
Like
get.
I don't understand. I don't show up nowhere where I don't like shit. I just don't show up. Like I'm not gonna be on like on the K-pop the largest K-pop group in their IG talking about I hate K-pop. You know
Right,
what I'm saying?
right.
Like what the fuck, bro? I just don't listen to K-pop and I don't follow none of the K-pop groups. God bless them. They making bread and hella people like them. Just ain't my thing.
Yeah,
Just not for me. But That's
Not
the analogy I use. Like that would be like me being on every top K-pop group talking about how whack I think their shit
it's
is. You know what
trashing.
I'm saying? Like really feeling and being insulting and like pulling out all the big nasty guns and shit, talking about, like that it's just lame, bro. It's
Yeah.
just super lame.
And
Super
it
lame.
all goes back. This is a great way to wrap it up. It all goes back. All this bullshit we just shared right here, insecurity from that ego, man. And that ego
Yep.
driving people, and that's when the ego is really out of control. You know, you're doing wild shit like that and stuff, and it just causes you to do some wild shit. But
Yep.
we're gonna get out of here. This is part one of dealing with the ego, and gonna get into humility. Kind of wrap ego up next time. I mean, a couple more things and get into humility. But this was like kind of the setup for it because all this stuff prevents one from being humble. Like all of this shit, right? Like
Absolutely.
I was, yeah, like LeBron building a, like announcing things about himself and like, like, yo, Jordan never put the crown on his head. You don't do that shit. Other people crown you. That's when you know
Yeah.
it's real. That's when
Yeah.
you know it's fucking real.
Yeah.
Other people do it.
I heard a fighter say that when an interviewer asked him about their legacy. They was like, "My legacy? That's not for me to say.
Right.
I'm not here to tell you my legacy. When I'm gone, I'm whatever people say my legacy. That's gonna be
Yeah.
it. It's gonna be what other people say about me. It's
Yeah.
not gonna be nothing. I'm telling you my legacy. That's weird. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? Guess what my legacy is? This is it. Listen,
No,
that's not how that works, bro. You
like
know what I'm
it's
saying?
like in the Game of Thrones shit or whatever, and niggas be like worried when they about to die. Like, will they sing songs about me? That's the shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, what they
Yeah.
gonna say about you after you got your head decapitated or whatever? Did you run in battle? Did you run from the battle? Did you go like, with the sword out? You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah, and you
that's
ain't sitting up there telling them like, guess what? I didn't run, so this is what it means. Like
right.
that's just
Right.
fucking stupid, bro. It's
Nah,
wild.
everybody, we crown you. Like, you're one of the greatest. You know what I'm saying? Part of the greatest groups of all time because we said it, my G. Like, not because y'all said it. I mean, that's just what the
Yeah,
fuck it is. Like,
yeah,
like, like that. The people have spoken. You know what I'm saying? It's always about the people. Like, in terms of like discernment, legacy, or greatness, man. Like, you don't.
ego.
The minute you say you're great, like you're not fucking.
Yeah, yeah. Like yeah, it's not the moment you're the one saying it. It doesn't hold the same weight as if other people are saying it
No,
in comparison, side by side.
he
Like
called
this guy
himself.
yelling it
Yeah,
on the megaphone, or all of these people all agreeing about this person.
it's like
You know,
calling
which
calling yourself King James. You don't do that. Other people call you that. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
Air Jordan. He didn't call him. I'm Air Jordan. Like they gave that to him. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
Like that's what it
Man,
is. Fucking
the ego, bro.
the
You know.
ego. You got
Yeah,
but we're gonna get out of here. This has been a fun one, man. I appreciate you, brother. You traveling next week? You out east somewhere, I think.
yeah. We out east. Coming out to Jersey. Some Ardmore or
Art
Alden.
Ardmore,
Oh,
Pennsylvania.
yeah, not Pennsylvania. I think Massachusetts or somewhere like that. We're going to New York. Going to
Always New York.
Vermont. Vermont. We're going to. I know that's Jersey. We're doing 7 shows, 7 or 8 shows.
All right, y'all do what
I don't
y'all
know them
do.
all offhand, but yeah, man, we'll be out there, man.
Word, East Coast. Check it out. Check out A Plus's page. We're gonna get this up on the YouTube channel. This has been episode 22 of Talking Crazy. This is the first part of our joint on ego, overinflated ego, false ego, and humility, which we're gonna dive into next time. But like I said, this is a setup for it. And great build, man. I appreciate you, brother. I mean, that was fun. That was good. Helpful.
Bless up, my good brother. Appreciate you always. Love to you and the family, man. Till next time, bro.
Yeah, same here. We'll talk soon. And I want to talk to you offline about platforms or whatever with some technical shit. So
Let's talk about it. Hit me.
we'll talk. All right, everybody, be good. We'll get this up on the YouTube. Get a clip up here. Everybody have a good one. Peace.
Peace.